So a lot of FGC content creators got the opportunity to play Fatal Fury and Street Fighter 6 at the Summer Game Fest, right? And so, there were a lot of really good vibes for Fatal Fury. I'm gonna be editing well, I didn't get the chance to. I mean, unfortunately, right? I wish I could, but right? Number one, I'm still like a small streamer. And two, I don't live in California. So if I really got like the opportunity to get like Fatal Fury, oh man, that would be so freaking OD and fire, man. I swear. Oh my god, that's gonna be that would have been so amazing. Hoping for like a beta, right, for Fatal Fury, maybe in the sometime future, so that everybody online, without the need to travel and spend like insane amount of like dinero for plane tickets just to play these games, right? Wish we have like the online route. Hopefully SNK can do that for us, right? Sitting at home in other parts around the world. But for SF6 didn't get much. But SF6 didn't much pay attention for Bison, as we know there's going to be like a character guide maybe like next week, 1 week before Bison officially comes out. So yeah, that's totally okay. I'll wait for the character reaction and of course the actual day when Bison does come out, where the Khaiza can do his own impressions. But FGC content creators got the opportunity to interview SNK and Capcom, and we're going to be looking at Justin Wong's video on, he does like his own YouTube channel where he not only does fighting game online matches, but also talking to people in the FGC crowd, right? So let's just allow the ads.
What's up, everybody? This is Justin Wong, and we are back with some amazing videos. I was at Summer Game Fest, and I was able to interview Nakayama-san and Matsumoto-san on the Street Fighter 6 development team.
Nice.
And we had to ask them the hard-hitting questions, so treat this as like a special episode between them, because obviously it'll be uncomfortable. So hopefully you guys enjoy the questions I asked. Like I said, I asked the hard-hitting questions. Everything that you guys want and I want. So if you guys want to see the action, hit the like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell's notification, and let's get into the video. What is up, everybody? This is Justin Wong, and I am very nervous because we have Nakayama-san and Matsumoto-san. Hi, how are you? Genki desu ka?
Genki.
Yeah, so I want to ask a few questions about Street Fighter 6, and because I love Street Fighter 6, so much history is in Street Fighter 6 from like every game. The Season 2 announcement was amazing. Are you happy with how everyone reacted to seeing the Season 2 cast, and especially the first non-guest character in a Street Fighter game?
Non-guest
もの
character.
すごく反響があって、それこそ動画、プレゼンテーションの動画もそうだし、それこそソーシャルメディアの反応とかもすごくて、多分過去一番多い数字とか反応まず出てたのがすごく嬉しかったのと、いろいろそれに対してコミュニケーションみんなが取って、それを見てるのもすごく勉強になるし嬉しいっていうのもあるんで、なんかすごくポジティ
I'm
ブ
not putting on
だか
captions.
ら
Fuck that.
良かった、ものすごく良かったって思いますね。松本です。
はい、そうなんですよ。同じ区で、昨日ね発表させてもらってからずっと本当にホテル部屋帰ってもSNS をずっと見続けてたんで、本当にいろんな反応いただけて、それだけでも嬉しかったですね。
Yeah, so overall, we're all just super excited about the reaction that we saw when people saw the trailer for the very first time. It was super exciting to see people so surprised, and we hit like milestones in terms of like engagements and comments on social media. So yeah, just it's wonderful. And once we got back to the hotel, we kept looking at the social media channels, see what people are saying, and there was a lot of commotion, and it was a good learning experience for the team too, because it's the first time announcing guest characters. So overall, it was very positive.
Yeah, I mean, if I was on the show, they probably would have kicked me out because I would have screamed. So because it's the first non-guest character, does this open up for possible conversations
Oh.
of a re-release of one of my favorite games back in the day, Capcom versus SNK 1, Capcom versus SNK 2, because I truly miss those games and it's really hard to play them in today's time.
そうこれもよくされる質問
What are you gonna
で
say?
僕たち まずそもそも僕たちやっぱ CVS の最新はやりたいなとはずっと思ってて、でそれはまあ今 SNK さんといろいろ話してて、まあ実現できるように今できることをこう徐々に今やっている中で、今回のコラボレーションをすることで、まあ、SNK さんのキャラクターを知ってもらうきっかけにもなるし、あとはその今ね話してもらってたカプコン VSSNK っていうゲームを知るきっかけにもなるから、まあ、そこをもっとこうまず知らない人に知ってもらえるようにしていきたいなってのは思ってるので、これがまあちょっといいきっかけになればなって結構思ってます。
So in terms of you know, like a brand new CVS game, that's something that, you know, they would love to make it. They would love to continue talking to SNK and see what they can do to make it happen. You know, we think that this is hopefully a good opportunity for SNK also to kind of, you know, show their IP and characters to a new audience that might not necessarily be familiar with them. And so hopefully, you know, if this is a good opportunity for both Capcom and SNK, that's something that they would like to continue pursuing and continue talking. No decisions have been made, obviously, but, you know, as fans themselves, that's something that they would love to make happen.
Right, because that's like a Justin Wong straight right out of the bat asking Matsumoto and Nakayama-san about like the future of CVS, right? And we come into like this, you know, era, right? Where, yeah, like Street Fighter back then, because it was weird for like Capcom. I mean, like Street Fighter 4 was definitely popping, and Street Fighter 4 was definitely run by Yoshinori Ono, one of the guys that was like spearheading Street Fighter. Even though like it wasn't in his best like interests, but maybe like a little bit murky with that information, but he's one of the guys that like, okay, he wanted to make he's down to make Street Fighter, but his most important wish of all was, you know, to make a new Darkstalkers, right? And so Yoshinori Ono didn't deliver that promise because of Capcom at the time, unfortunately, he quit like the studio, he retired, he signed his resignation, and now new creators like or producers like Matsumoto and Nakayama-san are in charge of Street Fighter now, and they have been doing just, you know, work that just what they love in fighting games, right? The reason why Street Fighter 5 in its later years were so like popping is because of characters like Dan and Rose and Oro. They love those characters, right? These are like directors/producers that love the games that they are under the spearhead for, right? The reason why Mai and Terry are in Street Fighter at, you know, at the Summer Games Fest at Street Fighter is because the producers love Real Bout. They love SNK, right? And when Justin Wong asked them if they want to make like a new SNK, absolutely they will be down. It's just that for companies, they have to come to a sort of like agreement, you know, for, you know, with like guest characters. It's the same thing with like Harada. Harada has been active recently via on Twitter and has been answering questions about guest characters in Tekken, like Bloody Roar, Virtual Fighter, even some ridiculous ones like Jujutsu Kaisen and all that jazz. And he gave like an elaborate post about, you know, the business side of guest characters. It's not easy, right? Ultimately, it's not easy, right? The companies have to come to terms to a coalesce and, you know, have to come to agreement that both sides are getting like some profit, right? At the end of the day, they're companies, they're businesses, so they gotta work with what they think of what both ends gotta agree on, and not think about, love, which, can go like, be a solid foundation, but practically it's not gonna be great. Like, Akira did a lot of like crossovers. Like Akira had Terry Bogard, but this is Akira, and Akira loves like old school fighting games. Talking about them like they're like an actual person, but like still though, did it make fighting EX Layer successful to like a broader audience? No, it's not. It's very obscure. So companies have to like, be mindful and be careful of who like they're adding and what characters are going to be coming up that not only fighting game fans are going to appreciate, because we're fighting game fans, we love anything, but also a casual audience that may not be familiar with SNK, may not be familiar with Street Fighter.
The announcement was really good. Could we get a Street Fighter 6 anime?
Oh.
いやめっちゃやりたいよね。まあ本当に今回の
We get a Street Fighter anime.
トムスエンターテインメントさんっていう
They could do it, right?
ルパンゼロかな、ルパン三世シリーズを作ってくれたところにお願いして、ちょっと縁があってね、やって自分たちもねすごい結構短い期間であんなにいいクオリティのものを仕上げていただいて本当にありがたかったんですけど、まあ、ゲーム以外の展開とかそのいろんなストリートファイターのなんていうのかなキャラクターっていろんな魅力があるから、もうアニメももちろんやってみたいしね、やりたいって言ってるから、はい、今頑張ってますとしか言えないからやれるように頑張ってますっていう感じかな。
Yeah, that's something that they would love to do. And in terms of this year 2 announcement trailer, this was actually created and produced by a company called Tom's Entertainment in Japan. They're responsible for some of the animations for like the Lupin the Third series, I believe. So they did a wonderful job in such a short period of time.
They have me
Damn
doing
it,
all
ads,
of this
get
stuff.
out of here.
Shikari, pose like this. Smile.
Too, and we feel that Street Fighter characters have a unique appeal, and even outside of games themselves. So, if we could make it a unique anime happen, then yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, like another thing is that Street Fighter did have like plenty of like animes, whether it be like a series or a anime like hour and a half movie. Yeah, there were like plenty of them. The best ones are like Street Fighter 2 the movie and Street Fighter, what was it, Vi or V, right? Where like I think it was like Steve Blum is Ken in an animated like feature, and yeah, like Ryu has to like save like a little like psycho soldier boy and has to get assistance from like Akuma or something to conquer like his fears or something. But yeah, I would be like hella down for like an actual like Street Fighter anime. I mean, like Legendary is gonna do like a live action Street Fighter movie with like, the people that did the YouTube one not that long ago, or many moons ago. So I could see it like happen. Well, where was it? All the way down. A special DLC character development confirmed. Details will be announced at EVO 2024. So a special DLC character, right? So this came up right after the Street Fighter 2 Season 2 announcement, Street Fighter 6 Season 2 announcement of Terry and Mai. And this came right after Fatal Fury. So there a little bit of like, stars are aligning sort of thing, that people are hoping that it's going to be like a guest character in a KOF game. Not like a guest character from within the SNK universe, but an actual guest character. Like people are hoping that it's going to be like a character from Street Fighter that can make it into KOF 15. So that could be really, really like possible. Let's see, Tokido. Okay. But yeah, like that's the idea, I'm glad that like Justin had that like interview, you know?